update where we're at. So we got all the rafters framed for the angled part that comes over. That was all compound miter stuff. It was throwing me fits for a while. It's looking pretty good. Got the last piece screwed up on the end there. We're going to get the last couple rafters, and then we are going to put the front face on. Now, come underneath. The original plan was to run all the way out to the end, that last post, come over to this post, put new posts for all of them in there. But the problem we are having is, well, one of the problems is, headroom, because this would be the height to where it comes across here, so that'd be too low. The other thing is, we don't want these beasts messing with the new fencing we're put up. So what we decided to do is we're going to put the wall from here over to the chicken coop squared off and put a door in here. This will get redone with new posts and some new fencing, but this will be a nice barrier to keep guys like him and guys like these other ones over here away from the chicken fencing. That's just asking them to get their horns in there and start tearing things up. So well, we'll get started. Okay, so to not get delayed too much doing filming though, we got a little bit done here, and we'll just check in and show you what needs to happen. So we framed in the two wall sections that are going to have doors. That's what this looks like here. 3 foot wide, and the height's determined by the header up there. This is plenty of room. We leave the bottom board in for stability, and then this is what we were talking about earlier. We're going to end this side of the coop here. Watch the sun. So there's a lot of fussy stuff to do yet to get this. It's getting pretty close, so to being able to put some fence on. What we have to do is get the bottom kicker through this section and over there on the slanted section. Then we have to pad out all these areas all the way down on the post, so it's nice and smooth for when the fence comes over. Then on the corner, we're going to fix that fence up right now. That's the old one, just temporarily there to keep the cows out, steers. So yeah, and we're going to hand build the doors. We'll probably do them on some 2x4s or something, and we'll probably do that coming up here. But we'll first finish this. Some of this I will put on the camera, and then we'll just time lapse it so you don't have to watch extended periods. This took Jenny and I about, I don't know, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Take a break in there, stuff like that. So coming together. Be right back. All right, so now we're going to make doors for the chicken coop run. We've made 2 door openings. Each one needs to be 3 foot wide, but the heights are slightly different because the grade changes from one side of the run to the other, but we wanted to hold the framing level. So one is going to be 62.5 inches tall, and the other one is going to be 59 inches tall. So I'm just going to miter the corners here. We'll screw them together and then put some braces on, and then we're going to staple on some fencing that you bought for this. So let's get at it. You're on it. Okay. We've cut 4 pieces for the 62.5 inch door. It should be 3 foot wide, or 35 inches actually, to fit in the 3 foot opening. And I'm gonna screw these together. We did 45-degree angles. It's kind of interesting, this cut's a little longer because these are wet, and this particular 2x is a little wider, so I'll screw these up. And Sarah?
You are fine, sir, dude. Now the screen went black. Is it still recording then?
Now what we'll do is we'll cut a couple of 45-degree braces to hold the frame.
Messy shop.
Okay. I'm gonna get in here and okay, let's screw them in. Man, are these 2x wet? I'll put another one in opposite of that. We're using these green pressure treated deck screws. These are some pretty hefty ones. What are they, 3.5 inches long? we'll do is see how square it is. Best way to do that is you measure opposite corners. And here. One and 7/8. And 71 and 7/8. So it is perfectly square. It's heavy as sin, but it'll dry out eventually. Well, it's good to get it screwed down before it goes nuts. I'm going to put a few more screws the other way in the corners, and then we'll probably staple some.
You're putting a middle bar in?
Well, we can, yes. You want to put the middle bar in. That can't happen until we get down there so I can measure where it needs to go.
Okay.
But yes, we will do that. What Jenny was talking about is putting a horizontal rail in the middle that would line up with the horizontal middle rail on the run down there. And if I just tried to measure it, I know by the time you hung it, it's not going to be exactly where it is, so we're going to hang it. Then I can get it exactly where it needs to be, and all will be good in the world. Go look at our screen. All right, this is the fencing, the screen we're going to use on the chicken run, and it'll go on the door too. These are 1-inch square. I am not sure the gauge of that. That looks to be about 14 gauge. It's some pretty heavy stuff. All right, so look at the tag.
14.
14 gauge. Ha! So all we have to do is figure out how to get this thing.
Usually like wire staples bent around it.
Yeah, it's got a little something. All right, so we have the piece here. It's a little wider than we need it because this is our 4-foot wide fencing. We're using my Boss Stitch stapler. We're using 1-inch stainless steel staples. And because I believe in sharing the load and whatnot, Jenny can...
No, you go right ahead.
I guess I'm gonna staple. We'll get this started, and then Jenny will go back and add about 1,000 more. We don't have to show all that on here. But this is heavier fence than we normally use. We didn't, well, It's heavier fence than we used on our previous chicken run that we're adding on to. It's really nice stuff. Jenny got a good deal on this on a closeout at her work. I think 100-foot spool of this was under $100, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Which if we had to buy this now to get another one, it'd probably be at least twice that.
Almost 2.
But the way we figured it out, we think we got just enough. Well, we comfortably have enough.
Correct.
Okay, that's one door. Jenny says we're done. There will be that center rail we'll put in, but that's going to happen down at the once we get it on the mounted and on the hinges, and then we'll line it up where it needs to go. So on to the second one. You aren't going to be able to lift that. Okay, we're down here at the chicken run now. We brought the doors down. This is the pasture side door. We're going to take a couple of pieces of plywood, 1/2 inch, to shim the door off the bottom here. giant. Oops, that's too much of a touch. Mike. Give me enough.
I gave you 6.
More. One more. Push it out. There we go. And we'll probably put a little stop there, huh? There's door number 1. Let's do the other one. That's pretty good.
Good, I feel unlatch these with my fingers on the inside.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. Okay. Here is the second doors installed. So yeah. So we move upward and onward. Got to get some latches put on. We're going to figure out exactly what we want to do. What I'll probably do now is cut these horizontals that go in the middle, so this horizontal band in the middle continues across. Hang tight. Okay. Cut to a little later on a different day. We are almost done with the framing. We have all the boards across the outside that'll fit the fence. We put the doors in obviously earlier. I have to finish this little detail up here, which is a little fussy work. We did put a handle on the doors. Oops. And this is one of these deals here. You can open from either side. Now what we're doing is we have to put this blocking 2 feet on center across all the joists, and we do that because we're going to put steel roofing on here, and that's where the screws will go into those boards. So there's a million of them that have to be done, but we're going to have at it. And once that is done, it is put the fence up, and I'll order the steel for the roof. We can just about call this a done deal, right, sweetie? All right, we're gonna get at it. Square.
You do that. I'm gonna go get the next one.
Moving more screws there, beautiful.
Yep. Got it. I'm gonna open up the new box.
Ooh,
Yep.
good thing I know somebody who knows something.
Yeah. You want me to?
No, you just stay
Okay.
where you're at. Too. Back is already bothering you.